I would like to ask you, since you mentioned that our soul has chosen a journey, does that mean that there's no free will?
With awareness, if you take the learnings from that situation in the energetic realm,
Okay.
then you don't need to live out the experience of the event that you had done in the past. In other words, you don't need to live the impact of your karma.
Or at least it won't be as...
No, it will be zero.
Zero?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't need to if you have this awareness.
I would like to ask you, since you mentioned that our soul has chosen a journey for this avatar to live out, does that mean that there's no free will?
Wow, what a wonderful question. The fact that you, which is an integral part of the creator or one energy or consciousness or God, has chosen this journey. First of all, you're an integral part of God. So you've got all the characteristics of God.
Okay.
And so free will is an integral characteristic of this one energy. It can create anything with its intent. So you or I, the soul, the energy, pure consciousness, right? Not the avatar, mind, body, heart combination, but the purest form, the permanent part of us, which is pure consciousness, can create anything with its intent. So free will is as much a part of us as right now your avatar is breathing, right? How natural it is and how integral part of your avatar's existence is breathing. It's exactly like that. That's how natural and integral part of our existence is free will. Which is why the soul plan is also made by you. In between lifetimes in the other realm. You choose what kind of a life you want to experience, what kind of situation you want to experience. But there's a catch here. There's an important element you need to understand, is that you can only choose those experiences or situations that vibrate at a frequency which you created and experienced in the past.
Okay.
Basically, your karma plays out.
I see.
Right? Karma is cause and effect.
Yes.
So if you have created experiences in the past at a certain frequency, you will have to choose your experience in situations of a similar frequency here. There you have a choice what kind of, for example, if you've hurt a lot of people, then that is the frequency you created in your past lives. Right. So in this lives, again, you have to choose experiences which are of a similar frequency. So when your avatar will be hurt, but how to get hurt is different, you can choose in a similar frequency.
I see.
Right? But it doesn't stop there. Because this essentially means you don't have free will.
Right.
Right? It doesn't work like that. With awareness, if you take the learnings from that situation in the energetic realm,
okay,
then you don't need to live out the experience of the event that you had done in the past. In other words, you don't need to live the impact of your karma. You don't need to experience the impact of the karma.
Can you repeat that? How do you not do that?
So when you
get the learnings,
get the learnings as a being, as an energetic being, you get the learnings of what had to be learned from that situation.
Okay.
You get it now rather than living through it and then getting the learnings.
I see.
So if you get it now in the energetic realm, you connect in that energetic space or the cosmic realm, you go and relive the situation, understand it, and get the learnings from it and heal the situation of it, all the parties involved.
Interesting.
Once you do that, all the other souls involved in that situation, you redo the contract and do the energy exchange. Because when you get into a situation which is not contributive with anybody else, there's an energy gets transferred and tied up.
Correct.
So you do the retransfer of it, heal the emotions of everybody involved, clear all the energies and learn what is to be learned. When you do that, you don't need to live the impact of your karma.
Or at least it won't be as...
No, it'll be zero.
Zero?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't need to if you have this awareness. So basically with awareness,
right,
this entire process when you follow, you can become free of all the impacts of karma. But it's a journey in itself. You have to take it very
So let's say
It's an inner journey.
I killed 3 people, and the karma, how would you say it would play
So
out?
when you kill 3 people, right? This was a karma of hurt that you caused to other people, right? So it was that hurt is at certain frequency, right? So you need to be at certain frequency to be able to kill somebody.
Correct.
A normal person cannot kill any other human being, right? You need to be in a dense frequency, a low frequency,
Yeah.
and then from that frequency, you create another action,
Yeah.
which is again a dense frequency.
Correct.
So then in the next lifetime, you have to choose from that frequency only experiences. So it need not be that your avatar will be murdered in this lifetime, but that frequency, the level of disease that a person feels, is what you will experience.
I
Or you have to
see.
choose from.
And how would I go about learning these
So once
lessons?
correct. So you go to the alpha state again.
Okay.
In the alpha state, which is the state of oneness or the creator or quantum state or the cosmic energy realm, there you go and revisit that event wherein you kill 3 people,
I see.
right? And when you revisit it,
It's like rubbing off the
no,
slate.
you don't rub it
No?
off.
Okay. You release it.
You first release all that you picked up from that
I see.
experience.
Okay.
And then in that energetic realm, you intend and connect with the souls of other 3. Because in the cosmic realm, time and space doesn't exist. You can connect with anybody anytime.
Right.
And they're also gestalts of energy. Even though they take human form, they're still that gestalts of energy. So you can always connect with them and heal your relationship.
Wow.
And ask for
Forgiveness.
exactly. And tell them that you're not in awareness when you did this. And also help them realize that it was a soul contract which all of you had, you and the other person had before taking the lifetime, that birth. You wanted to experience what you wanted to experience, the other person wanted to experience what the other person wanted to experience. Both of you went through disease, and now the purpose is done. So let's release whatever we had picked up from that experience. So both of you then release, and that it's a process. So it's a journey which happens in the energetic realm. It's a process that happens there, and then the energy gets healed for both involved or all involved. And that's when the impact of karma
Does
is dissolved. Also, before I complete,
Okay.
before you ask me the next question, you always have a free will in this lifetime. Even after your soul plan is designed, with awareness, you can always alter your soul plan. Any moment and every moment.
but doesn't that cause you more
By again going into
disease?
the energetic realm. No, it doesn't.
No. Because I thought the soul plan is designed in such a way that it's at the highest benefit of you
No,
yourself.
soul plan is not. Soul plan is designed keeping in mind the frequency that you created and
I see.
right.
Okay.
Right. And then if you already learned that experience, you don't need to live through it. Sometimes you do this entire process in between lifetimes when you're in pure energetic realm, right?
Right.
And sometimes you become aware in the physical realm as a physical human being, and then you can always go back, as I explained to you, and rework on
Right.
the entire process, and then clear your karma, clear the impact of your karma, and then choose with awareness as to what do you want to experience in this lifetime.
And isn't that what moksha is? Is to clear your
Yeah.
karma?
Moksha is a state wherein you reach when your space is completely clear.
Completely.
Zero.
Wow.
Karma is completely clean. Your inner space, there are no not contributive emotions, thoughts, lenses, perspectives, belief systems, or energies in your inner space.
Wow.
Like you're absolutely one as the creator one energy is. Your pure consciousness then.
Wow.
That is moksha. Wherein the cycle of rebirth stops. And then you're free to come back to the planet Earth or not, because you're pure consciousness then. You can take any form, you can manifest in any form. Then you become a god-like state.
I see.
I mean, you're always a god-like. You're already God.
Yeah, you
But your
realize
avatar becomes a god-like.
Yeah.
Your avatar becomes complete god-like.
What I wanted to tell my own side of this journey is when before I started doing anything with alpha healing meditations, I was messing with my with the chakras, and I was messing with my. Well, I don't think I should say messing. I was trying to figure out a technique. I was practicing. Because
Doing
of that,
what? What were you doing?
I was doing Kriya Yoga,
Yeah.
but at least not in the way they tell you to do. So you're supposed to go to a guru and you're supposed to learn. And me being, well, rebellious, I guess you can call me that. I was actually looking for a guru. I just didn't find one that I could connect with. So I started scouring the internet for technique, and I found a couple of them. So I started experimenting with it. And because of that, I think I preponed some of the karmic things that would happen to me. And I'm not going to get into what actually happened, but um, basically all the good things happened and all the bad things happened. All happened in like 1 year, which is what in the intro I was saying, like everything came to a breaking point last year. And it was, I sort of preponed some of the things, some of the learnings, and I learned from it. And then Alpha Healing and Kriya Yoga both helped me clear a lot of that. And with that, I got to the space where I am now, which is like I'm clear of all of those in a very free space. At least a lot of things got cleared, and there are a couple of them, I'm sure, still lingering around. We feel this emptiness within us. A lot of us do. There's a void within our chest, a gaping hole, and we try to fill it with so many things: a job, relationships, objects, I don't know, capitalism. But the truth is, none of it can actually fill that void. And we get so disappointed, and we end up living this life of pain, but it doesn't have to be that way. This mindset that we don't have something can only be beaten with the mindset that we have everything. And that is your true state. Your true state is of abundance. The best way to do it is to clear your inner space, and which is why we started this series. I hope this helps as many people as possible. If you did enjoy our content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please watch the entire series because I think it's gonna be of great value. We've spoken about various diverse topics, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
So if I may paraphrase your question, I think it's what kind of problems did each of the generations have in the context of spirituality?
In the context of spirituality.
Are you looking at from an
Indian context?
India had just become independent and it was trying to stand up on its feet as a country. The 2 decades went by just to kind of get it into motion. A lot of mind space energy went into the basics of food, clothing, shelter.
Mental health wasn't even a concept back then, so it was deeply affecting for them. So it's one of the greatest things for me is that you guys just pushed through no matter what. Your generation has taken it a step further. It stood on their shoulders and lifted it up.
Our generation is mostly considered to be a rebel generation. And the next generation which came in, which is your generation, is a generation which is born with a silver spoon.
Yeah.
If I may say. And not everybody.
I know it seems like that everything's given to us on a platter. Sustaining it was very difficult because our generation identifies with the idea that oh my god, whoa, what is that? Oh my god, I just stumbled upon gold mine.